You don't want to be trying something out that you just bought for the first time while you're doing the rally. That's always a bad deal because you don't know if it's going to work. Okay, if it rains all night long, or if it should dump snow for like a couple hours, is it going to keep you dry? And is the tent not going to fall apart? Okay, there's some primary stuff that needs to be tried out before you even bring it to the rally. And we tell everybody, use it before you bring it. So this is an inflatable pillow. You want everything to compact down really, really small, okay? If it compacts down really small, it doesn't take up any room in your tote. And most of us sleep with a pillow. I got to have one or I don't sleep. And I try to be as comfortable as I can when I'm in the backcountry camping. Next thing's going to be a insulated air pad that goes underneath your sleeping bag. Okay. On our website, we tell you what R value to get. It's up to you whether you want to or not. The higher the R value, the warmer you're going to be. So if it gets down to freezing, you don't have that ground cold transmitting up through the sleeping pad, through the air into your sleeping bag. It's really hard to stay warm when that happens. This one here is an R value of 2.9. I have to inflate this. You can't get ones that are self-inflating. Like I said, R5, if you go with an R5, it may not compact down as small as this, okay? So me, personally, I just do what's gonna work for Mike, okay? But try all your stuff before you show up with it. Put it through its actual paces before you go, hey, I bought this brand new ground pad, and then you're having issues with it, right? So, good ground pad. Okay, sleeping bags. This is a 30-degree Fahrenheit sleeping bag. You can bring a 50-degree sleeping bag, as we've told people in the past. Problem is that you have to bring layers to wear while you're sleeping, okay? The temperature drops, which happens in the western states. You know, as we say, give it 15 minutes. If you don't like the weather, just give it 15 minutes. It'll change for your liking, okay? So 30-degree sleeping bag, it's awesome. Problem with it, if it's 98 degrees, you're going to be hot, okay? You just sleep with it open, barely on you, whatever. One of the things I do bring also is a sleeping bag liner. It's made out of like a felt material. It keeps your sleeping bag from getting all grody, just a little bit longer till you get home to wash it. But if it does get hot, you can just sleep in this liner. It works really good. But just make sure you got a good compression sack for this, and that your liner comes with its own compression sack. Let's talk tents. So we do not recommend a single person tent. It's not going to be enough room for you and your gear. Worst thing to do is have your motocross gear outside your tent, and then it rains, and then you got to get up and put it on and it's soaking wet, okay? So we recommend a 2 to 3 person, okay, tent. A 2-person tent is phenomenal for me. I can put all my gear in it after it airs out and dries. I can put my boots underneath the rain fly. So when you get your dome tent, again, a name brand product that's been tested. Like I use Big Agnes products. They're here in Colorado. I just run up the steamboat, buy whatever I want, and I'm good with it. It comes with a ground footprint, which is separate. So whatever tent you buy, make sure that that tent comes with a ground footprint. That protects the bottom of the tent from like small sticks and stuff that you don't want penetrating the floor of the tent. Good rain fly. Make sure your rain fly has got a vent in it. 3-season tents, the roof of the tent's got a lot of screening in it, so it has to breathe. And if you put that rain fly on and it starts raining, and it's going to be a 2-3 hour rainstorm, the moisture from your breath, the condensation will build up inside the tent. Next thing you know, it's raining inside your tent, okay? So make sure that you've got a ventable tent, a ventable rain fly. And you want to make sure your tent's got fiberglass poles, stakes, self-supportive, okay? It's highly important. Like I said, no one-person tent, a 3 or 4-person tent. 4-season tent will be a little bit warmer. It doesn't vent as well in hot weather. But when the snow starts flying, you can't complain. It's a really warm tent compared to a 3-season tent. Let's go over some clothing real quick. Okay, first thing is shaving kit. All your personal items, some kind of a container to keep it in. You're going to need a towel. We do try to have one bivouac where everybody can take a shower, because out on the trail, everybody should have a container of wet ones. Wet ones are the backcountry bath. Easy cleanup when you get out of your motocross gear. Disposal is quite easy. We bring trash cans, and all you have to do is take your garbage to the trash cans if there's none at the campgrounds, and dispose of it there. We deposit these trash cans around the bivouac site, and when you guys are done with them, we collect all the garbage and we haul it to town, or we haul it over to the roll-off dumpster at some of the campgrounds. Bring a pair of motocross socks, okay, for your boots, motocross boots. Highly recommend 1 pair a day, okay? If you try to get by with using 1 pair of socks for 2 days, they get loaded up with sweat, they get crusty, and then you start getting friction on your feet and on your legs, which then causes blisters. You don't want that to happen. I wear braces, so again, same thing, same principle. Bring a pair of brace socks for each day. In case of cold weather, because I don't know what the temperature is going to do, I bring a light base layer, long underwear, a top, and a bottom. If I don't use it, it's awesome, but guess what? I have it. And if I have a 50-degree sleeping bag, I can put that on and boost up my R value for my sleeping bag. I always bring dual-purpose clothing. The clothing I bring is like this shirt, it's Under Armour shirt. It's nylon, long sleeve. It gives me sun protection when it's hot, keeps me cool. But then if it gets cold, it gives me a base layer to wear around the bivouac, okay? My pants, I wear cargo pants with zip-off legs. These things are great. If it's cold, I'm wearing long pants. If it gets hot, I zip off the legs, and I'm cool for the hot weather, okay? When you pack your gear for clothing, you're not going on a long vacation. You just got to make sure minimalist packing, the proper items for 5 days, okay? You're going to be living in your motocross gear all day long. So, but when you get back to the bivouac, you want to be able to undress out of that gear and get into some camp clothes that keeps you comfortable while you're going through rider brief, talking to other guys, cooking your meals, whatever. Next thing is flip-flops, shower shoes. We highly recommend these for public showers. For guys who've been in the military, we know why. Okay, one of the things I'm wearing right now is I'm wearing the sweatshirt. This is great for wearing it walking around the bivouac in, hanging out in if the weather's borderline to where it's not cold enough for a jacket, but it's good enough for just hanging out the bivouac. Another thing is a rally jacket or an enduro jacket. I wear the old school Liot enduro jacket. It's exactly like a rally jacket. The sleeves zip off of it. It's got a pouch on the back for hydration bladder, vents on it. I don't know why they quit making this, because it was very, very durable. I've augered it in on this, wearing this thing, and it doesn't tear. It also accepts a neck brace. Have one of these in case you need it on the start line the next morning, because the weather is not your friend. Doesn't matter if it's a Mares or a Liot jacket. Doesn't matter if it's a KTM jacket. Just make sure you have a jacket that's got sleeves that zip off of it, so you can stow them in case the weather does get warm. Next thing you're also going to need is a rain jacket. Without a rain jacket, it can make your life miserable. Rain jacket is borderline jacket while you're riding. If it gets warm and the drizzle stops or the rain stops, guess what? You can just stow it away, in your gear. You either have saddlebags on your back, on your bike, or you have a climb vest, or you have a other similar type vest that you ride in. I wear a climb vest, and I carry Wolfman Enduro bags on the back of my bike. So everything has a place to be stowed for carrying everything. If you don't have a rain jacket and it starts pouring and at mountain elevations, you could get hypothermia. Hypothermia is just as bad as heat stroke, okay? So make sure you bring the proper gear. Next thing, for knee braces, armor, skin lubricant. You guys can laugh. We call this stuff butt butter in the cycling world. It's called chamois butter now. But you put this on your skin to keep from getting blisters. So like with me wearing knee braces all day, if I don't put this